Welcome my friends, this is Maniacal Incorporated, and today I'm going to continue my playthrough in Ireland as Flann Sinna. After the dramatic events of the last episode, the Battle of Ardee, on the 14th of March 891, a devastating battle. Whereabouts is Ardee? Down here on the coast, there we go. We were met by an army, a contingent from the Isles. Flann Sinna had grown reckless, had raided the southeast of the island, had raided Dublin. The Isles came in to put a stop to that, took 31 gold off of us. There's actually their army, still hanging around. I hope they're not staying there for long. And yeah, we paid for that. We paid a heavy price. Two of our councillors were killed. The Earl of Thomond and Ormond, the former chief of Munster, whose title we subjugated, and so he was our steward, and our marshal Yaroslav, who we forced to convert to insular Christianity. He had 18 martial ability, and he also had his head ripped off. Now it's gotten worse. There's a couple of things that I need to look at and to take account of. I think the most pressing at the moment is the fact that I've said a couple of times that the succession is secure, that the kingdom is secure. We don't have a kingdom, we have a duchy, effectively. I knew this. I knew all along that what I was saying wasn't right, but I don't know why I was saying what I was saying. At the moment, we have what's called Confederate Partition. Now, partition, as a succession law, is equivalent to Gavelkind from CK2. Confederate Partition is a worse type of Gavelkind. We have the Duchy of Munster. We also have the territory of the Duchy of Connaught, or the High Chieftainshipdom place of Connaught. On Flann Sinna's death, at the moment, from what I can understand, what will happen is that Grian Grafador, our primary heir, player heir, will inherit the High Chiefdom of Munster and the Earldom of Athlone. The Earldom of Connaught will go to his next brother, Uí Néill, but what will actually happen is that the Duchy of Connaught will be created for him. So they're not going to remain within Munster. On Flann Sinna's death, we will actually see the division of our little kingdom. But if Flann Sinna was to die shortly, it would be disastrous. Because we would see everything that we have split up, basically. Well, not everything that we have, but the whole thing would split in two, which would severely weaken us. Another major problem that we have, it's not really a major problem, but here's the Gardariki, who attacked us recently. They can put together maybe 8,000 troops between all their allies. Their truce with us, after they attacked Athlone, and after we won, that truce is up in a year. Just over a year's time. So we don't have a huge amount of time to do anything. Now, of course, in the last episode, I rather disastrously declared war on this guy and accidentally took the wrong county. If I had taken this one, we would be just burning down the clock, trying to get as much money as possible to create ourselves, to create the Duchy of Connaught, and then to create the Kingdom of Ireland, and then we'd be fine. That's our main way out of this, create the Kingdom of Ireland, but we're in a bit of trouble in doing that at the moment. Like I was saying, the aftermath of the Battle of Ardee has gotten dramatically worse. The ramifications of what happened. So we lost our marshal, we lost our steward. Flann, now that Flann has time to sit back and actually take stock of how his family is going, how his family is doing in the aftermath of the dramatic defense of Athlone against the Gardariki in the last episode, and his absolutely deranged conquest up here into Scandinavia. At what cost? At what cost? So we got some pop-ups in the last game that his wife, his treacherous wife, who cheated on him with his stepfather and liege, Ead, she died in the dungeons of King Helgi. Helgi is, of course, the king of Gardariki, so he sieged down Athlone, took some prisoners. So she was one of them. Who else did he take hostage? We know that he forced one of my wives to divorce me and took her as a concubine. it gets worse. It gets worse. My wife, who died in his prisons, we had a daughter. Now, is the daughter mine, or was she cheating with Eil at this point in time? I don't know. But this was Katrina, located in Novgorod. That doesn't sound good. And she is a concubine. She has been forced into concubinage. There she is. There was my wife that he took from me. There's my daughter. He is just literally and figuratively rubbing it in my face at this point in time. He's rubbing it in. He's made her a drunkard. She's 21 and he's made her a drunkard. She can't even drink. She just barely drink in the United States, and he's turned her into a drunkard. You can see there's her mother, who died in his prisons. You can see her brother, Mal Shocknail, who was born out of the marriage between not the marriage, but her treacherous, the harlot, sleeping with my liege, and this was the result. I had no ill will towards him. I was training him to be a knight, and he also was killed in the Battle of Ardee, had his head ripped off by Philip. This devil ripped the heads off of 3 of my men, at least 3 of my men. My marshal that I forced to convert, and my steward, and my wife's bastard son, who I was training to be a marshal. Yeah, so that was quite a chaotic episode. Flann Sinna's head is not in the best of places at the moment. So yeah, it's a hectic episode for now. As you can see, I'm very close to getting a lifestyle focus, and once I've gotten that, we're going to take stock of where exactly Flann Sinna's head is at and what the next direction is that he's going to go in. Okay, so we've gotten a little bit of a pop-up. A faction has formed, and of course this is in our little our accidental overseas colony. I don't think we can hold this. What we're probably going to do quite shortly is, once we get some recruits, once we get some men recruited, get the army back to some good level, we're going to raid this place. We're going to raid the bits that are kind of broken up, and prepare for its loss at some point in time. I've also put out a call for some champions, because we are very low on them, and we have a scheme at court. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not know who, someone is plotting to kill my spy master, Finula. Finula, you'd want to sort out who that is. We do need to stop this this villain, but Finula, like, I feel you have a vested interest in this. You're motivated to find out who this is. So do stop it. Do stop it. What in the name of God is going on in Dublin? What are the devils at now? Kingdom of West Frankish, yeah? So look at what's going on here in Dublin. There is a conquest. A massive coalition has came in, by the looks of it. Can I bring up... Ooh, that is a hefty coalition. So 6,300 have came in on the side of my son's grandfather-in-law. Well, not on his side, but here is the King Charles the Bald, my son's grandfather-in-law. He'll be allied to us at some future point in time. And they've come in to seize Dublin. So, on the one hand, this is good, because we're decreasing the involvement of the Isles on the island of Ireland. It's bad, because, of course, it's bringing much larger powers that we're not going to be in a position to take down. You know, we could dream of a day of getting big enough to take on the Isles, taking on West France. Ooh, West Frankish Empire, that's going to be a tough one. But that's an interesting development. And of course, quite recently the Isles dumped a hefty defeat onto us, so we're glad to see them in trouble. We're not going to be sad to see them get beaten and taken down a peg. They have all the baronies, all the empty baronies occupied by an overwhelming force. So, yeah, there you go. That's an interesting development. Oriel has been taken by that dude. And that dude, I don't know how our army stands in comparison. If we could bring in our allies, we'd be able to take it. So we're gonna have to see how this looks. We might see how this battle plays out as well. And now we can unlock our military perk. So this is what I was going to deal with. I think I've made some bad decisions down this side. Naval speed most certainly not. Controlled territory defender. Dread gain. Siege progress against revolts. We'll go for the courtship one, because I do want to pick this one up at a future point in time. We are running into problems. With marriages, because we have so many alliances, and we're trying to find powerful people to marry, but they don't want to marry down. Now, Flann Sinna has been focusing on his martial lifestyle for a very long period of time. We could have finished off a single tree by now if we'd actually gone in a straight line, instead of going absolutely crazy. Like I said, Flann Sinna, he's now reclusive, he's sadistic, he's shy. Those are bad stats to put together. Those are bad categories to put together. Flann Sinna has just suffered a devastating defeat, the Battle of Ardee. Like I said, massive losses. One of his wives has been forced as a concubine of his enemy, King Helgi. One of his daughters, his first daughter, is a concubine of his hated enemy, King Helgi. Nobody will marry his other daughter. Well, they will, but they're all old men. He can't form good alliances. The pressure is getting to him. The pressure is getting to him a bit. Now, if I was sensible, what I would do is I would come to diplomacy. I would switch to one of these focuses. Probably Majesty. Absolutely, definitely Majesty for the +1 a month. But where I think Flann Sinna's mind is taking him is in this direction. Down towards the dungeons. So we're going to go for... What do I want? Do I want fertility? We could get more children. We'd have an attraction bonus. I think we might go for the skullduggery focus. It'll be 5 years before we can change back. I'm going to select this. Now, we make only 25 experience points in this tree per month instead of 30 because of his military stats. But what we're going to do is we're going to work down into the Dark Insights, and then we're going to come down into Divine Retribution. So we don't lose piety for torturing people, and we can torture people to decrease stress. So I think that this is the direction that Flann Sinna is going in. He's taking out his shyness because he's shy. He finds it difficult to talk to people, but the demands of power make it so that he has to. And I think this is the direction that Flann Sinna is going in. Let's appoint some knights. You're useless. How much will you cost? You're fine. Yeah, absolutely. And you see, there we go. Gain stress because I don't like having to talk to this man and ask him, will you fight people for me? This will bring us up. I think this will bring us up to 99. Let's recruit him to court. 97. Okay, 97. I can't count. I don't know how to add. It's got me in trouble a lot of times. So like I was saying, this is our problem with arranged marriages at the moment. This is the son of the king. I think he's the son of the king of Lothringia. Well, he's the primary heir anyway. He's the grandson. And they will not accept because he'd be marrying down. And because their opinion isn't great. And of course, because we're of a different faith. They're Catholic and we are insular Christian. Now, as you can see, this would be a great alliance because look where Lothringia is. It has managed to get onto the British Isles. I can't remember. Oh, the Holland. This is under Holland, I think. It's weird. I can't remember how to. There we go. It's under Holland. There's my one of my people getting in my way. So yeah, it was conquered. There's a chunk of Jorvik that was taken out of it. So that would be a fantastic alliance, but we can't get it at the moment. Go away. Well, yes, go away, but don't let somebody else try to push your title, or I will give out to you. So, Diarmid, it gives us his titles. The Earl of Thomond and Ormond, he's utterly useless. If I remove him from office, I do have somebody who can replace him. He will cause trouble. He will cause trouble. So I have to keep him there for a while, even though he is utterly useless. But I think I have my wife helping him, and she has 16 skills, so it's not the worst. It's not the worst. Not great, and we do need the money. Oh hell, we need the money. So I'm going to appoint some more knights because there's some of them arriving, And then very shortly we're going to be going on a bit of a campaign. And of course I'm not, because I am stressed. I am stressed to the gills. So that massive coalition is heading up the coast. It's going to cross from Ulster into this kind of tip of Scotland, and it's going to push up then and attack the Isles proper. So they've sieged Dublin. They've captured Dublin. And how is he getting on in this war? Ooh, he has a good defensive army though. Well, he has a good defensive coalition assembled. And the great thing is that the Gardariki are involved in this, so hopefully they'll lose enough troops that they won't think about coming for us when our alliance runs up quite shortly. So my daughter Orna comes of age. This is the daughter that I'm trying to establish an alliance for. I think she was betrothed to a few people. Oh, this is my daughter that I married off, that I offered off to a 68-year-old man when she was 9. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They grew up so fast. Yeah, she's a thrifty clerk. And she is robust. So it's entirely possible that we might marry her back into the family. To some distant branch of the family, to keep that robustness in the family. If we can't secure an alliance, I would much rather an alliance though. Let's see if Lothringa will take her now that she's all grown up. No, and it's still the exact same. So it's far from the best alliance. I would much rather get my daughter Orna married off to this guy's son. So this is the Count of Berg. The Count of Bern. But they won't accept. That marriage is totally out. Whereas the current Count will accept. Now, I'd rather we'd still have an alliance if we could marry to his heir. The alliance would last for longer. But I'm probably sending my poor daughter off to. God, my daughters have had a bad time in this game. One of them was a concubine for a depraved Norse king, and the other is being married off to an old man just to secure 645 troops. And there isn't even a good chance that he'll send them to us, because of course he's at minus 20 to us. But hopefully we'll get an alliance from this anyway. And yeah, we just keep trying to build up the numbers, because we need them in case the Gardariki. I am, Flann must be absolutely terrified at this point in time. So he's accepted. Does it give us any bit of a bonus? No, it doesn't. But now Flann's numbers are growing that bit ever so slightly. So yeah, we're up to what's this? 5. We're up to about 6,500 maybe. So we're in a good position if all of our allies were to come in and defend us. And of course, I also took another secondary wife. She's intelligent, got good stats. Nobody will marry Flann to form an alliance. So I'll leave one space open just in case we can form an alliance with anybody. But I think one barony with 100 soldiers is all that'll accept a wedding or a marriage invite at the moment. Something's happening in our court. Cheetus Foilín, chieftain. Oh god, that guy. So he's in charge of Leinster. Oh, we had her in our court for a while. We had her in our dungeon. We released her. Is firmly in my grip. However, with the right strategy, I might raise my upper hand even further. Perhaps Foilín could be used to extend my influence over the chieftain. Ooh, so let's see what our options are. Okay, so we've lots of different options here. I do like this one. It seems as though we go and mess with his head. The only problem is that he's too in deep with the Gardariki. I don't know what we can do with a weak hook or a strong hook over him. But I think we're just going to go with this one. What I'm hoping for is that she will find evidence of one of her husband's secrets. Otherwise, he's going to lose some opinion with us. If he has any secrets, they'll be revealed to us. The most important thing anyway is that we're going to get some lifestyle experience and we can start down the torturer path. Okay, so she could find no incriminating information about her husband, so it was a good thing. I had prepared it myself all of a sudden. Fryrick seems to be beset by foul rumours, and I happen to hold all the evidence for them. St. Padraig helps those who help themselves. Ah, St. Padraig was a gas man. So we learned that he's a cannibal. Oh, Lord. And we gain some intrigue. Or now for the blackmail. We get a strong hook on him. So he gets the cannibal secret. What's this? I learn of his secret? Or I get a strong hook on him. So what can I do with a strong hook? Prevents the target from taking hostile action. I wonder if we could use that against him in a way that would benefit us against the Gardariki. I think that Flann would think so. As you can see, I'm still figuring out the intricacies of what exactly is and isn't going on here. But I'm going to go with this one. And anyway, it has St. Padraig. St. Padraig. So, I mean, it is true that he helps those who help themselves. So, yeah, let's accept that one. So he's a cannibal now. Lord. I don't think there's anything we can do immediately. There's the face of a man who likes to be eaten humans. Does it say anything about him? It doesn't. So we can blackmail him, of course, use a secret to gain a hook. We'll see what we can do with that shortly. Okay, so we can see the Isles are coming back to siege down Dublin by the looks of it. And this is a pretty big war. The Gardariki, who declared war on us the last time and dragged in the Isles. Now it's the other way around. The Isles are being defended by the Gardariki, but it looks like the Isles are coming back to siege down Dublin. They do seem to be down minus 20% war score, but I'm not entirely too sure what way the battles have gone or anything like that. They don't seem to have lost a lot of troops. Well, they do actually, but they still vastly outnumber the Allied coalition, the guys that I'd be supporting, because I would love to see their power weakened in this region. Gwynedd has expanded again. It's taken this area here, which isn't great, because I might have to go to war with them to get Ulster, and in the process of doing that, I have built a summon point over here, a rally point. We have summoned all of our soldiers. 1994. What have we that year? World Cup? Yeah, 1994 World Cup. And what we're going to do is we're pretty much, I think we're going to come down to here first of all, because it's closest to us. And there's, oh yeah, nice, 2 gold. Make a little declaration of intent. And then we're going to turn around and come back up in this direction. And we're going to wander up at least as far as here, if not possibly down. I think we'll probably continue down. And as time goes on, we'll see how far in any direction we aren't going to go. I don't think we want to come across into this region. There is not much gold over here, but we're also talking about coming into some of the larger territories where we could get jumped. We definitely do not want to come after the Swedes, so we're going to kind of try and concentrate just around here for a short space of time, get some raiding done, and hopefully this time not get hit by a massive army that wipes out all our forces. So hopefully we're going to get some prestige, some money, and some prestige and some money, and a guardian for our son. So what I've done with my son Ruachan is, I think I was preparing him actually for to be made a monk. Now I can't, because he's in line to inherit territory, so he can't become a monk, which is unfortunate. I can't force him to take vows. I was hoping to make one of my sons a monk and hope that he'd become the bishop someday, but he was going down the diplomacy route. He has stuttering, so what I've decided is to put him down intrigue, and I am sending him to my my court physician, who is a treacherous villain and has high intrigue. That's probably not a great combination, but you know what, we'll send that proposal anyway. It'll make her like me a bit more, which is also good. Probably good that my doctor likes me, and we'll see if he'll grow up to be vicious and a killer. And so an Irish army begins to raid in Norway for the first time. What must they think of this? After all the raiding that they've done in Ireland, now the Irish are coming after them. So we have that place raided down, and we will move up to here. We'll have a bit of a battle as well, hopefully. Who's actually commanding this army? Is it Flann Sinna? It's not. Who do I want commanding it? I don't think I want Flann Sinna commanding it. Oh yeah, I could make this guy. Do you know what? He's actually... Wow! Diarmid, for somebody who is utterly useless, is actually pretty good as a commander. So I might very well do that. And of course, if he gets killed in battle, wouldn't that be... That actually would be awkward. That actually would be awkward. We've had problems with that before. These guys getting killed in battle. Control is very slow to return here. The French... Did I see the French coming back, or was that the Swedish? I think that was the Swedish. 2 prestige and 2 gold. Oh my god. We're rich. Oh, what a proud day. What a proud day. My son, Green Graffador, the future ruler of whatever the hell it is that I am in a position to give him when I die. My son and heir, my eldest male child, Green Graffador Uí Néill, son of Flann Sinna, Mock Flann Sinna, has come of age. His tuition ends. He is an aggressive attacker and a skilled tactician. Skills that will be desperately needed for the family in years to come, with sufficient tutelage. Even a child that has displayed little natural inclination towards warfare, such as Green Graffador, can come to truly understand it. He has shown great aptitude both in battle tactics and the management of armies. He will make a fine commander, probably in the next few minutes. I might actually put him in charge of this raiding army. They grow up so fast. Where does the time go? And I believe that I'm in a position to secure a marriage between... Yes, it has happened. It has happened. His father-in-law, or his future father-in-law, has become the king of West Frankish, and he is now going to marry... My god, look at that woman. She towers over him. Stats aren't great. I don't care. The descendants might be giants. And 3,300 troops. Send that proposal. Absolutely send that proposal. And it has been accepted. Flann Sinna is moving up in the world. One of his sons married now to the daughter of the king of West Frankish. Hopefully, her brother, one of her brothers, is going to become king at some stage. There we go. There's her brother, who will become king after their father, should their father die. Hopefully he won't. Hopefully he is a long... Ooh, he's 48. Hopefully he is a long... He's athletic, though. And, yeah, he's not going to be getting stressed anytime soon, so that's good. That's good. We'll continue this little battle here. Oh, no, Kukurka's... had his head ripped off. Ooh. Ooh. So Kukurka was being trained by this guy. He's just had his head ripped off. That's Orcs. That's Orcs, and that leads to an empty council position. Oh, you damn Vikings. You damn Vikings. Because I'm not in a position to fill council positions at the moment. It was the Marshal as well. There you go. I think get him ready. Get him ready early. And let's have him. Let's have him there instead. Is he a knight? Is he a knight? I'm going to allow it for now. So like we said there in the last update, Kukurka's educator, Kumasach, was killed. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to have Kukurka educated by his sister-in-law, Princess Hildeburg of West Frankish, who's just married his elder brother. I'm going to click on her for a second, send that proposal, and let's see. I don't think we can. She's afraid of me. She's afraid of me, but I don't think we can. We can demand conversion. Excellent. All will bow to our vastly superior methods of calculating the date of Easter. And she has converted, and Green Graffador has converted. What the hell was he before that? Oh no, I should check what these guys actually are. And we continue our tour of the Viking world. So the good news is that the French, our son's father-in-law, they're hunting down the Isles. They still control Dublin, which is a strange scenario for me. They've sieged down part of the Inner Hebrides, so that's fantastic. And it's entirely possible that they might actually severely weaken the Isles and drive them off the island of Ireland, which would be great. We're continuing to siege down over here. We're not, because we've taken it. And now we have other raiders here who are... We're taking some stuff. I was planning to come up in this direction. Oh, there's 18 there. But what we might do... they're going to take the good one. We could attack them. Have a big battle. Do you know what? We need the troops. We can't be doing this type of thing. So I think we'll bring them around and probably come down to here, which is someplace I missed the last time. So we're going kind of in a big Rameshful circuit around the place, but it's going to give us more prestige. It's going to give us more piety. Will it give us more prestige? I don't know. We're going to see where else we can raid. We might even come in here into this region. I think it's pretty poorly defended. Yeah, we could fight that army if it comes out against us. So now there's an attempt at court to kill my wife, High Chiefess Maria. This is one of the ladies I married recently. Pretty much just married her for her intelligence. Your neighbour, Prince Hewell, has won against Jarl Ivor of the Isles in the Holy War for the Earldom of Dublin. It was a holy war. Oh, we could have entered. So the situation in Ireland becomes even more strange. Part of Wales now expands onto the island of Ireland. That's kind of good for us and kind of bad for us in various different ways. It makes for an interesting political situation. Hopefully the Gardariki, they appear to be in a position where they are not going to be able to attack against us any while shortly. And there's been a massive conquest over here as well, apparently. Something's been lost to mercy. I'm not too sure. Actually, something I noticed a while ago, while we're over here, Wessex primary heir is his daughter, Cornwall. His primary heir is his son, and he is married to the daughter of the King of Wessex. So we will see a unification of this region at some point in time. Oh, good. We've captured some prisoners. We're going to be torturing most of those prisoners. We're going to hang on to them for a while and probably end up torturing them. So, like I said, Flann Sinna is going down in dark directions. Since the dramatic losses in the last game at the Battle of Ardee. The other great thing is we're into 892. We're still not seeing Gardariki thinking about attacking us, and that's what I wanted to check. His forces are pretty weak at the moment, but oh my god, he can still put together 7,000. So that's hefty. So we need to get a lot of money together for two reasons. We need to be able to call mercenaries if necessary, and we need 125 to form the Duchy of Connacht, and then we need 250 to form the Kingdom of Ireland. So if we can conquer that one last bit of land to form the Kingdom of Ireland, it'll cost us a lot of money to instantaneously actually create the kingdom. Let's come in and just take a look. Let's take a look at what's going on in here. Doesn't look like there's a lot going on in here. 310. Yeah, I could do with another 10. My spies have informed me about a hunter causing a ruckus at the local tavern. The man has been spending large amounts of gold and bragging loudly about the great deal he struck with a fancy lady in pearls and silk. Ooh, fancy lady. Apparently, he drew a map of the local wetlands for an unknown noblewoman. The spies think the lady might be scheming against me or one of my subjects. So thank you for bringing this to my attention. It's going to cause me a tremendous amount of stress. Let's see if I can get rid of this thing in the background. I can't, so I have a really weird cursor now. I gain some stress and we become more vigilant. That idiot belongs in my dungeon. So Kernach will lose 30 opinion we imprison him. I wonder what would happen to him in my dungeon. So we gain dread. Bring him to me. I think I can jog his memory. Oh, we kill him. Ooh, that's a bit much. Who is Carnach? Yeah, wandering lackey. In he goes to my dungeon. Have fun. So my dungeon is... Man, there's a party going on in my dungeon. We're very close to getting our first perk, which would be Dark Insights. So by torturing somebody, we gain prestige. Now, the only problem is that by torturing people, we lose piety and clergy opinion. So what I want to do is I actually want to get Divine Retribution before I go fully down the path of torturing people. So what I might do, if she'll pay us money, she will. Oh, and that's my neighbour that I was really nice to as well. Yeah, we'll ransom her. Will you pay me money? You'll pay me 10... Who are you? She paid 10 for herself. Is she any good at anything? No, she could be a court physician, but no. And this dude, this idiot won't agree to anything. He won't... You're just going to stay there until you're tortured. He's been there 7 years. He's staying there longer. He's going to be tortured, possibly to death, and that'll get rid of my stress. That'll make me feel happy. So we get our first perk. He gives us money for giving his wife back. 50% chance that you gain either 1 intrigue or 1 prowess when we torture somebody. And we start down the path of our next one. Time for the next perk. 3 years. Ooh, it's a lengthy cost. Oh no! He died. I wanted to torture him. What a pity. So that army isn't coming for us, but we're still gonna withdraw from the area. Or are we? Because he's just after sending his army off to fight in another battle. And Carnach died as well before we could torture him. This has been bad. So my spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who someone is plotting to kill. I think it's Ulkerig. I can't pronounce. It's one of the Uí Néill surnames, or it becomes an Uí Néill surname. We must stop the villain. Yeah, absolutely, my good friend, that guy. Yeah, absolutely. So while your man has decided to send his army off, do you know what? Up we go. He's got some big money up there. We'll raid that, and then we're happy. We'll go back home. So, Scanlon has grown up, become a man. Oh, he's going to be a fine commander, yeah. So, this guy was the son of my wife, a different wife. Now, she was executed on my orders. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's why he hates me. I was wondering why. That's right. I burned your mother at the stake. I forgot about this. I was like, who killed her again? Was it one of those vicious Vikings? No, I was the vicious Viking. So this was my wife. She committed adultery with a bishop in Merseburg. And, yeah, I imprisoned her. And executed her because I couldn't get a divorce and I needed to form some new alliances. It's the Henry VIII solution. It works. Don't judge me. So we executed her, and yeah. So now her son has grown up, and I don't think anyone wants to marry him. Let's see if we can find any good military women for him. Arbitrary, brave, calm, giant. So, I mean, if we could have giant Herculean children. That would be awesome. That would be fantastic. So, yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. And let's just make sure that he is a knight. And there he is. Oh, he hates me. Kind of likes me because I released him from prison. Oh, there's a big -50. Because I executed his mother. That's not going away. That's not going away. The abhorrent. Stop it. Stop it, woman. Being mean to me. So we're after getting a big box of honey-laden milk, geese, and eggs from Breffni. That's great. We will accept that. We've lost nearly 400 troops, I think, in this entire campaign. I'd say we're coming close to the end. Ooh, we could come down here afterwards. We don't want to be caught off guard. That would be a misfortune. My spouse acting on my behalf. So yeah, so this is my spouse that's helping me. Give me prestige and dread. No, I think we're just going to go for the prestige, even though that is what he do because he's sadistic. He's shy, so I think his dread more comes from the awkward twitch in his eye, the fact that he doesn't make eye contact with you, his awkwardness, his kind of his weird, his reclusiveness. So I think it's more that he is he's unnerving than he is imposing dread. So we're going to suffer more casualties here. We've taken another babby. We've taken a babby hostage. We have low control in the place that I don't really care about. Oh, this bishop again. What's he after doing now? This isn't the first time he's been a scandal to me. Condemn him for his transgressions. So there's a chance then that he'll stop supporting me. If we bring up the council, there's a 38 and he'll give me a minus 30. Gain some stress. And he loses a level of devotion. How much devotion does he have left at this stage? He can't have that much. Look at him. Look, oh Jesus, look at him. Stay silent. You see, again. So this will drive me into Stress Town, but I think this is how he'd react. He's just, I'm going to stay quiet. I'm shy. I don't want to talk about it. I'm too busy. Right. So let's see, how do we deal with this? Last one. Then I want to be alone. Oh, so we lose some stress. Okay. I'm going for a ride now. So he gains athletic, loses. That's fantastic. Yeah. Why would we? Oh, okay, yeah, because if he becomes stressed in the next 5 years. Yeah, sure. So he's now athletic. So there's a boost to his prowess. And we're making our last siege on our grand tour of the Viking world. I think. Oh, so my mother has died. Oh, it was my mother that left a while ago as well. Good riddance to her. I mean, sorry, Mom. She married Aed. She married Aed after father died. I don't care. And now we return with 83 gold. That's not too shabby for Irish Vikings, which is what we basically are, because we're tribal. Scotland is, whoa, there's been a lot of raiding over there. And friendly exchanges. Oh no, what's going on here? My wife has been released somehow. Or not my wife, sorry, my daughter. It's CK3. Sometimes there's not much of a difference. My poor daughter. So, am I right in saying the King of Gardariki, King Helgi? No, he hasn't died. But my daughter has been released somehow. So poor Katrina, who we saw at the start of this episode, had been a concubine. She's a drunkard. Her mind, her face, all red from drink. And this is what she lands back to us with. No, she doesn't. It is in the court of Helgi. God, that child could inherit something someday, could it? My God, a grandson of mine, and Helgi, my most hated enemy. So here we have a little challenge, I think. Visiting the local market, a merchant from a faraway land catches my attention. All these Viking ships. Come closer, my lord. Marvel at treasures never before seen in these lands. Walked right past the guards responsible for these beauties. A true knower of people that I am. And the only thing that won't give me stress, and the most likely thing to do, is to basically threaten this person. They have called me upon them. I'm shy. I don't like talking to people. So now I'm basically going to threaten them. Whatever it is, I want it. So I'm going to get scheme power. That's pretty cool. Gain 25 lifestyle experience points. Getting ever closer to torturing people. And we get some dread. Oh no, I've been corresponding with your Chancellor, Alku. And it has been a shameful diplomatic display. You are not the man I thought you were. No, King Constantine II Machinade of Alba. No, don't say that. Especially with your army. Because I'm going to come after you if you say things like that to me. Flann Sinna's recklessness, I think, is returning. His victorious army is just about to land back. And 83 gold and 83 prestige. Not too shabby. We will stand down that army. We will disband that army. And we have our muster point over here in case it ever becomes necessary. As long as people don't start raiding me. I actually didn't check about that. Who are all you people? And what are you doing in my baronies? As long as you don't raid me. You start raiding me, I'll come after you. Ooh, that's not good. That is not good. What's he after taking now? The chiefdom of Alicante? Alicante is not in Scotland. Oh no. And look who's in line for it. Look who's in line. For the chiefdom of Alicante. Basically, I'd say he's pretty much in line for Alicante and Castellon, if I'm right. So here and here. Does it say what he's heir to? And then to 2 temples. And there you go. Here's an interesting development. High Chieftain Flann Sinna of Munster, I call you to honour our alliance and join me in the West Frankish claim on the Kingdom of Italy. We are really moving up in the world, and here is a guy I tried to get you to give me an alliance. You wouldn't. Here's your primary heir now. Who's he married off to? Doesn't make a difference, because I'm going to accept this. And Munster goes to war on the side of the Western Franks. And I have no idea what we're fighting for. Apparently it's the Kingdom of Italy. No idea what the exact war goals are. But what we will probably do in the next episode is deploy our forces and march from Ireland to Britain. To the holdings of Lotharingia in Britain. And siege them. Or do something. And try and act like important, cool, interesting military people in some way, make, shape, or form. Hopefully make this guy like us even more, because we do need to keep him on side. Munster, the last remaining Irish power on the island of Ireland, has joined now this is a big European war. Not so much in terms of numbers, but in terms of the land that is encompassed. It should be an easy enough victory. For the West Frankish claim to the Kingdom of Italy, and we will see how that plays out in the next episode.